So we put this bait station on a rat run. Now sometimes rats will avoid new items that are put in their way. This is a term called neophobia, and it really does vary from site to site and farm to farm. We put this box down last night, so this is around 18 hours old. And what we can actually see is the rats have already run straight through the back. Now this is quite a common experience with rats, where they'll run straight through, leave the box in place, don't move the rodenticides, because what they'll eventually do is they'll come around the corner and then they will eat the bait. So neophobia can be infrequent, it can be non-existent, or they might avoid the box completely. So another baiting technique would be putting it directly where the rats actually live. And this is a direct application, if we get technical. But really what we're talking about is putting it in the areas where the rats are living. Now it's much more effective because it's literally on their doorstep. It's a term that we call covered and protected, and it's a really useful technique for applying rodenticides where the rats actually live. Here's one we applied earlier. We actually put this down last night, so the whole element of neophobia is really minimized because they've already come in and they've already eaten quite a lot of this rodenticide. So again, it's all about where you place it rather than putting it into boxes, just because that's what the traditional is done. If we put it at the doorstep, they're much more likely to eat it, and as soon as they've eaten it, they'll stop moving, and that then controls our rodent activity. So another application technique is putting the bait directly in the burrows where they live. And here we've strung 3 blocks together. We've also got a length of wire. So we'll put the blocks into the burrow, we'll just put them nicely at the edge. What we can then do is secure them, and here we're going to use the edge of the gate. So they now can't go anywhere. It also means that we can then retrieve them to see exactly how much has been eaten. And as a final little piece, we'll just cover over to make sure that non-target species can't get hold of anything bait as well. Now this still allows the rats to go in and out at one side, so we're minimizing the change that we've made to that environment. But more importantly, we put the bait directly in the areas where they live. So in this situation, we're actually going to use materials that are already on site. Now the advantage we have here is that the rats are used to them, so we're not introducing anything new. So we pull the cover forward, we can see where the rats have actually got a run behind. There's a couple of droppings down here as well, so we know that it's fresh and we know that it's being used. So we have a loop of 7 blocks of cilantro. We've just made the wire a little bit longer so we can actually secure it up above. And we're simply just going to place the bait on the run. And the idea being is that the rats come through here, it's a natural environment, it's exactly what they walked through last night. All we've done is we just provided them with a food source. So hopefully they'll come along tonight, they'll eat the rodenticide, and obviously that will then stop them moving around. We'll then replace the cover so we haven't disturbed the environment. The other advantage we have is that this now protects the baits from non-target species. So the only thing that can gain access to the rodenticide is the rats, and they'll all be covered and protected.